Hey, um, come in. It's fucking freezing. Come on. Let's get inside. Get a towel on you. What are you doing? Well, I mean, it's good to see you too, but what's wrong? Long week? Well, you know what? I got something great for it. I'll be right back. So, before you rudely interrupted me, I'm kidding. I was making some hot chocolate, and I got a little extra. Be perfect. You know what? If you don't want any, I'll drink it, but I'm just gonna leave it right here in case you want it. Got a blanket. I'm sure you're freezing. Anyway, I just got done with some dinner. I mean, I got leftovers. They're still kind of warm. I could heat them up in the microwave or the oven. Think about it. Meantime, how about we sit down, I'll get the fire started, you tell me what happened. Maybe you can get it off your chest, and maybe it'll help something out. I mean, if nothing else, venting helps. I'll just listen. I don't judge. I'll be right back. There we go. What? You don't like classical music? Some of my favorites. Actually, this one's one of my favorites. Right next to Chopin Nocturne, B-flat minor. But this one's also great. Listen. Feel it. I don't know. I think something about it's really colorful and light. Kind of feels a little bit of anguish and then releases it. And it goes lighter and higher. Just constant movement. Reminds me of how life kind of goes. Anyway. So, what happened? Oh, that dickhead boss again. Well, I mean, he is. So what happened? And then waits until 4:30, right before you're about to go home and get away from him and everything else about that godforsaken job. No, fuck him. He's not right. No, I think you deserve better than that. Maybe a break. 5 minutes to yourself would be nice, without worrying about 30 different things. I don't know. But yeah, fuck him. Right now, don't worry about any of that. Or any other work coming up. Or whatever responsibility you got going on later tonight. Breathe. Take 5 minutes. Your body would probably thank you for it. Let me help. In. Out. Good. Now let's do it. Now you can breathe fully instead of choking on the air that you're fucking breathing in. Let's go again. Breathe in. And out. Loosen up. Drop your shoulders. Your neck. Your face can droop. It's not gonna kill you. Take your hands, legs, relax. Just sink into it, man. Don't worry. One more time. Breathe in. Breathe out. Sink deeper. Everything relaxed? Good. It's my favorite part. You know, sometimes whenever shit starts to get to me, like, kind of like your situation, it's either meditating, reading, listening to music, but just being with somebody else in someone else's presence can be very relieving. Feels like it takes a lot of the weight that you're carrying yourself. There was a term for it that I believe is called body doubling, especially for those with, say, neurotypical or ADHD, which, if somebody else is in the same vicinity as somebody with ADHD or the like, then they can do daily activities that may seem difficult at the time if they're alone. I think that kind of thing can be very beneficial. But just somebody being around is really helpful. Hearing their presence in general makes me feel a little bit safer, a little bit more comforted. Yeah, kind of like this. Think of it like this, regardless of whatever you're stressed about, which right now seems like work and life in general. You have intrinsic value regardless of what you provide for other people or what you provide to the world. You have your own value regardless of what you do. And it's something that I have to tell myself a lot of the time, because I think that I'm only as good as what I can produce or what I can give to other people, instead of putting myself on the same level as everyone else. And that's something that we can probably work on together if you ever have another one of these bad days. I don't know, just puts things into perspective. Perspective can be a good thing. Make the problems seem a little bit less daunting and terrible. Well, so a couple years ago I would have panic attacks. And there was a technique that I heard of on the internet, which is, I believe it's called zooming out, which, say you take your situation at its whole with whatever's going on, and you're hyperventilating and you're freaking out, and then you stop for a moment and you think, okay, ground yourself. Where am I? You say you're in, I don't know, a mall, your house, a friend's house, in a certain state or county. And then you say, okay, now where is that? And you go from there to the country or the continent, and then zoom out, and where is that? It's on Earth, right? And from there, you go from where's Earth, and it's in a long string of planets along our solar system, and then where is the Milky Way, going out from the Milky Way to the rest of the known universe, and then into the unknown universe, which kind of puts everything in perspective that as much as these problems can be debilitating to daily life, it's just a small flicker in time, and for the known universe, there's really not a lot of effect aside from how you're perceiving it. I don't know. It makes me feel like I have a little bit more control of what I'm doing if it seems like it's a very small thing in the grand scheme of everything that we know. And it can just, if anything, help comfort me in trying to push past those issues. And, yeah, dealing with a little bit better. I find it comforting. You done with your hot chocolate? Yeah. You're welcome. Well, it's just something I have to tell myself a lot of the time. I think it can be very helpful. I also like to think of everything comes in waves, from good things to bad things. As in, no matter how dire and terrible a situation might be, life always finds a way to balance things out. Either in the sense that maybe something good, like very extravagantly good, will happen later on, or maybe things will go back to normalcy, or your mental state and how you handle and interact with things goes to a more normal level. And that can help with getting through these types of things. I don't know. To me, it's nice that as bad as things might seem right now, things could always get better. And not necessarily, over the top, terrible, toxic optimism of everything is amazing in life, because it's not. Life can suck. There's things that happen that are out of your control, that are debilitating, and really bad for your mental health. But the human body adapts incredibly to these types of things, and so does the mind. We still survive, and we keep going. And I find comfort in that we can be so versatile. It's nice. And it's kind of nice to think back of, I've been through these terrible things. I can get through this one stressful, exhausting day. It's all about perspective. I'm glad you came over, instead of dealing with everything that's going on your own. Even if what I'm saying doesn't really sink in, it's fine. As long as you have some kind of benefit from maybe not being alone. That's also a win in my book. So yeah, thanks for coming over. Maybe next time don't do it in pouring rain so you don't catch a cold, but the practice is there. I'd like to see you more again. If you ever get a chance, if you feel lonely, sad, out of it, exhausted, or even if not, even if you just feel content, maybe a little bored, I'm all ears. Feel free to come in and say hi, if you want to. I got an idea. So, there's something I don't really tell a lot of people, but, I used to be a piano performance major. College didn't really work out. But, yeah, it was something that I really enjoyed, and it would help me with whatever mental issues or whatever was going on in my life. I want you to do me a favor. I want you to close your eyes, and I want you to think of nothing but the music. Sorry, I'm a little nervous, but I think it'll be good for you. It's been a long time since I've done this in front of people, so, yeah, you're gonna be one of the first in years that I've played for. Anyway, close your eyes, please. So, what'd you think? Hello? Oh, guess you really needed that. Get some sleep. I'll see you tomorrow.